let's do a transition here. How does the data and the information transfer, how does that play into sustainable farming? I mean, obviously I could be sustainable without all that tech, but don't they kind of work hand in hand nowadays?
Yeah, for us, every decision we make is pretty much data driven. I mean, from variable rating fertilizer to variable rating seed. I mean, I think in the future we'll probably variable rate our cover crops here in the next couple of years. I really think it's going to get to that. Just for organic matter purposes, for soil health purposes. So and I'm glad, like you talked earlier, I'm glad that we adopted technology so soon, because in a year like this, it paid off. I mean, to be able to have everything at a push of a button, to be able to get our planting prescriptions, or to send them back our planting data, so we can get things rolling on our nitrogen recs for side dressing. I mean, all that stuff's important, and it all goes hand in hand. And especially in a year like this, it's very nice to have that we can do all that without meeting face to face. But data drives our decisions, especially, I mean, our harvest data is probably the most important. And if we don't record that, then I get very frustrated and angry, let's put it that way, because I need that data for the next year. And we learn from every year, whether it's a dry year or a wet year, we definitely learn from our data. And that's what's the most important thing, is we have to be able to learn from that data.
Well, staying on that for just a minute, we've always said that the next season starts out the back of the combine. I mean, obviously these yield maps show that, right, Jim? But what about in season? I mean, how does the data play for you in season besides the variable rate application? Are you getting information on your crop, modeling your crop to see if it needs specific timing, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, we use imagery. We're getting images that, especially it's nice to see what fields need scouted first, what fields aren't changing as much, whether it's a weed outbreak or a disease outbreak. Those are all very important. Saves lead time, because they do all of our spraying for us, so he doesn't have to walk every field, or if he does walk it, he knows which ones that need done first. So that saves him time, and it saves us money in the long run as well.
Jim, what are you seeing in that regard?
Very similar to what Brad's talking about. I think that, going all the way back to your question about how does COVID changed it, I mean, it's forced people to start to use digital tools, whether it's an ag tech tool or just a communication tool, in ways they never would have done it. So it's really accelerated adoption. We did some answer plots virtually, and had, I think we did 3 answer plots virtually, and had over 7,000 people either attend or view. So we're able to reach actually more people, probably not at the depth perhaps, but we're still reaching people. So from an ag tech standpoint, I think Brad's spot on. I mean, if I can get up in the morning and look at a screen that shows me which fields are trending up and which fields are trending down, in essence, I've virtually scouted my fields, and now I know where I need to actually go put my boots, or have my agronomist come and help me understand what's going on, whether it's an opportunity or a challenge. I think the same thing around with the economics of farming right now. Just doing a blanket nitrogen program, you need to have tools like field forecasting tools, so you understand what's going on from denitrification all the way up to mineralization standpoint, and understanding the timing because of the nitrogen uptake curve, to make the smartest decision and the most predictable decision for an ROI. So I think what we've done is we're getting at the tip of the iceberg of this adoption, of how it's going to ramp beyond those early adopters like Brad.